Hi, and welcome back to another video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, as well as turn your post notifications on to receive all updates on my videos. And today we're going to be speaking about relationships. This is quite an interesting one. This topic was inspired by one of my followers on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, be sure to follow me at Khyla.s. First one, how to identify red flags. Basically, identifying red flags is something that you learn over time. You have to know what your red flags are. You have to know what you're looking for in a relationship. You write down exactly what you're looking for in a man, and you make sure that you put down what you will not tolerate in your relationship, as well as what does being treated well means to you. Steve Harvey gave me some of these tips. Steve Harvey is my mentor. He's not my real mentor, like sit down and speak with him, but he's someone I look up to as a dating guru, and I get a lot of wise information from it. And if those of you who are missing some sort of male figure in your life, I think that you should look for persons that you can get that from, even though you're not physically around them. That would help you tremendously. And I like Steve Harvey. For me, there are other persons that you can look at: Derek Jackson, Stefan Speaks, Tony Gaskins. There's so many different ones out there that you can get a male perspective from. You gotta know exactly what you're looking for, and never getting into the habit of collecting red flags according to Steve Harvey. You can't always pick them up. It's difficult for persons to realize that, hey, this may be a red flag, that may be a red flag, without them preparing themselves to date intentionally. And intentional dating will help you on that journey of identifying red flags and learning so much about the whole dating world and what to expect on a general basis. And then after you start to employ these teachings from all the persons that you're looking at, you learn a lot from it. Because these people might be telling you things, but you're still an individual, and you will still have to go through this thing called life and know exactly what will work for you and what would not. These are common red flags that people say no to for obvious reasons. You don't want anyone who has just come out of a relationship, because these persons may not have healed in the way that they should have, and they need to take time to learn themselves and understand what they could have fixed in their last relationship as it relates to them being an individual, how they could have gone about certain things just differently as an individual, and just having time to reflect on who you are and building yourself up. Because going through a breakup is not easy, whether they're good with your family. Why? Because people who are family oriented, if you want a family, will more than likely have you as an important person in their life. Persons who don't appreciate your mother or the females in your lives, because if they can't do that, then they won't be able to appreciate you as an individual. How do they relate to women in a general sense? Do they think that women are a great asset to human beings? If they don't think that way, and you know that you want to be adored and appreciated, then more than likely that would be a red flag. So these are things you want to look for. You want to look at loyalty. How loyal are they to the people in their lives? How do they view loyalty? And you have to find out some of these things by asking questions and being able to know how to frame those questions so you can get the responses. You have to be very intentional about it. How do you know if a man is really into you? That one is something that you can get right many times, but you can also get incorrect. You have to be able to decipher and look at things that they're doing. When a man is really into you, from what I learned, is that he would want to be able to protect you in any way that he can. He would profess to you how much that he loves you, and he would want to be providing for your heart, providing for your life. We're not looking at someone who is, as a woman, for a man to take care of us per se, financially, and be a gold digger. A real grounded woman, to me at least, would want to be able to know that they're safe and they're fine in any instance that they won't be able to even provide for themselves, to feel and know that, hey, my partner has me and he will have me in that way. So it's extremely important as a woman to know that. And even if you're dating the same sex, it's the same thing applies. You want to be able to know that, hey, I have that person and that person has me in a way where it's pretty close to equal, or equal if we can. So know if someone is really into you, don't want to spend the rest of their life with you, and they want to make serious moves with you. They're telling you this as well, not just not wanting to commit to you, but they're letting you know, hey, this is what I am expecting, this is what I am looking for from you particularly. In the beginning, of course, it's gonna be hypothetical, but as you progress into the relationship, you want to hear serious moves. You want to hear them say, hey, I want you, and you're the person that I'm going to build my life with. And once you're communicating that with you and they're showing that as well, you know. And you always feel that too. I know persons who date men or, date women, and they can tell you off the bat, based on how the person is interacting with them, they can tell you, yes, I can see that this person is into me because of what they're doing, as well as what they're saying. And you can tell after the times as well. Once you're educating yourself enough and you have brought yourself to a certain level of wisdom, you'll be able to say, this seems right, this feels right, this doesn't feel right. Once you're paying attention to your intuition as well, that will guide you and lead you in the direction of you understanding that aspect. How can you tell when he's not ready for a relationship, even though he says he is? That's a very important question, but that's something that you have to pay attention to. There are persons who are going to lie to you straight up. They're going to lie to you, and that's just how it is. You would have to go through a few bad ones before you find a good one. And I don't think that you giving up is an option because there's a bad person that you may have come across. Being able to tell when somebody is ready for a relationship all boils down to the conversations, like I said, that you're going to have. You have to be able to identify they have done the work to be ready to be in a relationship. They understand that they're individuals. Based on what you're looking for, you want to also be ready as well. While you are getting ready, you're doing certain work for yourself, and you'll be able to see and understand when someone is also doing that for themselves. So it's not just about them, but it's also about you being able to provide for yourself exactly what you're looking for someone. When you know that you have done the work for you, identifying whether or not someone is ready for you as well is going to be much easier. It boils down to the conversations that they're having, the way they're doing things. Are they sleeping around still? If you want monogamy, that is. We all want different things, but I'm going to speak to persons who would want a monogamous relationship because that's a lot of people, and it's just more of a popular topic. I don't really speak on polygamous relationships because I don't personally know how to identify with those. I would have to educate myself on that. But if you know you're looking for monogamy, you can't be dating someone who is sleeping around with all kind of other individuals. If that's what you're looking for, you want to be able to find someone who is on the same page with you. You want to be able to see the changes that they have made, and they're able to sit down and seriously say, yes, I am ready, but my actions match that. But you usually know early on enough, once you're looking for the right things, whether or not someone is ready for a relationship, by the things they say, by the things they do. These are some things that you have to pay attention to. The mistake we make as women or people dating is that we enter things hurt. We enter things and we're not ready ourselves to be in a relationship, so we're looking for things to see, okay, whether he's ready or whether he isn't ready. Most of the times it's whether he isn't ready. You need to look for the factors that would show you he is, and if he's showing that he isn't, move on. A lot of times too, we want to make someone be ready. Not good. Everything happens over time. His intentions are not pure, you will know. And sometimes we gotta go through certain things for us to learn that this is how it can be. At times, don't let that experience hold you back from finding something great. Stop between relationships and take time for yourself so you can know, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm not looking for. I have grown into myself again, and I can go again in the dating world. I can go again to see whether or not I can find my Mr. Right or my Mrs. Right. Because really and truly, you're going in with a mindset of, he may not be what I am looking for, he may not be ready. May set you up for success. But go with the mindset that, yes, I will find someone who is ready. If you do come across someone who isn't, you pay less attention to that. You just discard the person, on to the next one. You realize they're not ready either, on to the next one. Don't dwell on it. If you realize they're not, move on. How long into dating should two persons make it official? Boyfriend or girlfriend? I'll do boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm going to do marriage. This question it has no answer to me. How long would indicate time? Maybe I can look at it in a sense of, after you have accomplished certain things, you can now say, I am ready to be in a relationship, or the person can tell you they're ready to be in a relationship with you. There's no set time for that. There's some persons who get married and get into official relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend relationships. People do that, and people have been successful at that. There are persons who have done that and hasn't been successful. There are persons who wait 6 months and they have been successful. I mean, it all depends on you. There are persons who have gained a friendship over a time of 1 year and then made the relationship official and they have been successful, and there are persons who have not. So really and truly, there's no set response to that in terms of time. But in terms of you being able to set certain goals for yourself that you're looking to accomplish before you actually make it into an official relationship, it all boils down to you. Everyone has your own opinion on how that should go. You can make it a criteria of, okay, I have to find out certain things before I get into a relationship. You can do it based on chemistry. But for me, I think about it in a matter of learning certain things first before I make it official. Also finding out certain details. That for me is important. Understanding the chemistry. If the chemistry is there and the mental space is there for us to communicate in a healthy way. Because while I may want things, sometimes you have to realize there are two persons that make the relationship, and you can't think about you. You have to be able to give and receive, being able to both put two together and make it a healthy union for you two. What are you looking for? What are they looking for? And after successfully dating the person and realizing, hey, this can work, we are in alignment, we can make that into a relationship. I strongly believe you should be aligned with the person that you want to be in a relationship with. All of us could say, I'm gonna marry someone or be in a relationship with someone who doesn't want kids, but I want kids. I don't think that's a great idea. That's why I say openly, you have to be in alignment with each other. Those are very big decisions. These are decisions that you can't force people to change. If you know that you want certain things within your relationship and that person cannot provide that for you, then I think that is wise to let them go. Find out exactly what you all want. And if it aligns, and if y'all realize that y'all communicate well, relate to each other well, just build something healthy for you too, then it can work. My analogy on relationships, it being a business, for me, love is not enough. Really creating that foundation for your love life. If your business could function with mission statements, vision statements, investing and seeing a return on your investments, if it's not working out in that way, then that business cannot function. So treat your relationships as such, because that's the only way it's going to be successful. Love is simply not enough for a relationship to work. You can create a successful relationship and love comes closer to the middle of that relationship versus it being in the beginning. Of course, we all want to love our partners, but I feel once everything is in alignment first, then that's when that spiritual love comes into play, because hey, I really like this person. For me at least, there's some persons prefer to love first and then work out the final details later, like I said, but that's just not how I prefer to deal with things. Understanding that coming into that relationship, you two are two individuals, and I cannot stress it enough. There are two persons, one and one make one big whole. You don't want to go, oh, you complete me. No, nobody completes you, you complete you. And once you have that mentality, trust me, you can build a very successful relationship from that. Understanding the communication styles of your partner. These are things to consider before you just jump into a relationship. However, with big decisions like, do you want to get married? Do you want kids? How do you think about debt, financial stuff? Ask these questions before you jump into a relationship, because trust me, these will be the make it or break it of your relationships. These will be. And it's okay to not want similar things, but you want the big decisions to be pretty similar. Some people, it works out for some people where they have two different things, but I just feel that's not going to work for a very long time. It's not very sustainable because it's going to cause a lot of friction that you just don't need in your relationship. Certain things, yeah, you could work out. Big decisions like that, whether you want to get married or not get married, these are make it or break it for relationships all the time. Be sure that you're in alignment with those things, and then you move forward. Some people say you could change your mind with the marriage thing or with the kids thing. I don't know if I'm willing to take that risk. If someone tells me from the beginning they don't want to be in a relationship because they don't want to have kids, it's during the dating phase, I'm out. Why am I continuing this? I'm not going in with that notion that maybe they might change their mind. Recipe for disaster. That all boils down to you. How you go about that all boils down to you. But that's just my take on it. Anyway, thank you. We're at the end of this video, and I hope that you enjoy these tips. Let me know if you would like more tips on relationships. Let me know how you're feeling about it. Let me know if you think these tips were sufficient in terms of the red flags, how do you know when a man is really into you? You could leave your own opinions, all the other questions that were posed. Leave your opinions in the bottom and let's just have a conversation, because that's what we're here to do. Create conversations that are not usually normalized. Have a great one, and we'll see you in the next video.